Right now at 10, we have showers and storms in the forecast tomorrow. I'll time out our weather impact alert.
Then more evacuations underway as crews fight several massive wildfires in northeast Minnesota. Then officers standing watch to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And Falcon Heights finalizing a plan to charge for street parking near the state fair. Plus, bot invasion. Just how many are there online, and what do they want from us?
KARE 11 News at 10 starts now.
Right now, as crews fight massive fires to our north, relief is on the way. Tomorrow, this storm system over the Dakotas will be here. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson. That storm is bringing a chance for severe weather and rain in the metro in the afternoon, which is why we've declared a weather impact alert. We issue these to help you plan. Belle's in the backyard with the timing and impact of the storm. Belle?
Well, Julie, it's going to be coming in 2 waves tomorrow, and it's going to be a huge change because, of course, it's just been so warm and so windy, and along with that, so dry. So let's take a look at what's happening when it comes to the timing tomorrow. The alert is out for 12 hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., but the time periods are going to be from 7 to 9 a.m. and then again in the afternoon from around 2 to 5. So 2 rounds of storms, and the afternoon round is the one that has the potential of having some hail, some strong winds, and even possibility of a few tornadoes. The best chance of that will be just to the northeast of the metro and in Wisconsin in the afternoon between 3 and 6. As you said, there are the storms now. They're on their way. This is the leading edge of a pretty potent low pressure center that will be moving on in. So here's your planner for tomorrow. Again, expect rain for the morning commute, and then before the evening commute is when the storms will develop once again over the region. We'll talk about exactly where that will be, at least where the models think it will be, and we'll talk about the cooler air ahead behind the system.
All right. Thank you, Belle. Right now, crews continue to battle those large wildfires burning the northern part of the state. But some good news in the last 3 hours from the St. Louis County Sheriff, who says the fires did not grow that much during the day today. The Camp House fire, the Jenkins Creek fire, and the Munger Shaw fire have now burned a combined 35,000 acres. Let's get out to Ian Russell, who's in Hoyt Lakes, where people are preparing in case they have to evacuate. Ian?
Yeah, well, Julie, some folks told me they're staying prepared right now, even keeping some important documents and things in their car just in case things take a turn for the worse. Others, though, told me they're not as concerned for themselves, at least, instead choosing to focus on the folks who are in the actual path of those flames as those crews continue to put out those fires. Springtime is near picture perfect in the Northwoods, with views worth stopping for.
Thought about driving a little closer to it to get a better view.
But adding to the cotton candy skies is a new hue.
I'm not worried, but it does make you think.
Adding new emotions, not far behind.
Scared or worried? Not really, but concerned, sure.
For John Norris, fires are a new experience, now creeping closer as the Jenkins Creek blaze draws near.
It's God's will. If it's going to spread and come this way, then it's coming this way.
Across northeastern Minnesota, 3 fires continue to rage, with the nearby Jenkins Creek fire by far the largest, burning more than 20,000 acres. Crews have worked to stop their spread, but as of Wednesday afternoon, 0% had been contained of the 2 largest.
The big thing that's been the challenge is the fact that there are multiple fires all at the same time.
Micah Bell is now helping oversee things as the fires have gotten larger than local agencies are able to handle.
And they did a great job, but sometimes there's just so many fires that everything is stretched thin.
The response growing just as fast as the fires have, now including help from all over the state.
Support everything that we can.
The Minnesota National Guard has multiple helicopters in the mix now as well, adding another massive helping hand.
Yeah, I know, it's huge. It provides so much more. In the end of the day, I think yesterday they provided over 20,000 gallons of water.
Neighbors helping neighbors as the flames get closer.
It's been a huge impact, and it makes us thankful that we're able to help the community by being here.
Hoping to get the picture-perfect Northwoods back to normal.
Keep all these people that are in the path in their prayers, and hopefully it all goes okay.
On those flames tomorrow. We, of course, will be out here as well as those crews continue working. We'll have the latest on KARE 11 tomorrow. Julie.
All right, sounds good. Grateful for that rain forecast for tomorrow. Thank you, Ian. In the last 2 hours, Falcon Heights approved a contract to start charging for parking on some streets during the state fair. The mayor and 4 council members passed it unanimously. Raya Katene has the details. Raya?
Julie, this is a 1-year agreement between the city and a company called Park Mobile. That's the app you would use to pay for parking on certain streets. It is a 1-year contract, but it would automatically renew for 2 more years unless the city cancels or wants to renegotiate those terms.
Been nice. The last couple days were rough. It's pretty hot.
What neighbors say is typically a picture-perfect neighborhood in Falcon Heights can look a lot different when it comes time for the Great Minnesota Get-Together.
Gets a little crazy. It's definitely bumper-to-bumper parking.
Parking on these streets during the state fair has always been free, but tonight the Falcon Heights City Council approved portions of a plan to charge a daily rate of $25 for parking on certain streets, impacting about 800 to 1,000 parking spaces. The city says each household impacted will receive 1 free parking pass with the option of applying for up to 4 if they qualify for a hardship waiver.
Everyone in my household is pretty upset about the whole thing. First off, it kind of feels like a way for an outside company to make money off of like publicly available works.
Tonight, the council approved a 1-year contract with the company Park Mobile to install electronic meters, which will be enforced from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m.
You have not established need for this move in our city.
A dozen people speaking in opposition to the plan at tonight's meeting, but the city says residents would benefit from it, estimating the plan would bring in at least $100,000 to $200,000 in revenue for Falcon Heights to help with extra costs associated with the fair.
It's just a start. It's something to attempt. If it doesn't work, we don't have to repeat it next year.
It doesn't bother me too much. It's a creative solution. People are going to complain either way.
And you're probably wondering, well, how much will this cost the city to implement? There's no upfront cost, but Park Mobile, again, that's the company the city is working with to collect parking payments, will keep about 20% from each transaction. Julie?
Yeah, they've been talking about this for several months, right?
Yeah, I mean, since the fall, that's really when the discussions about all of this started, and that's when they created the the State Fair Task Force, I should say, that has about 10 residents on board, and they kind of just took on the reins and figured out how to make all this happen.
Well, I like that it's for a year, so they can revisit it if they need to.
And that's the point the council members were making too.
Thanks, Raya. Well, tonight, the Herbivorous Butcher in Minneapolis is now temporarily closed after a devastating fire last night. The Minneapolis Fire Department says it broke out around 9 o'clock in the kitchen. Fire officials say the sprinklers put out most of the fire, but a social media post says the fire severely damaged their storefront and production space, and they had to close to get things cleaned up. Well, right now, officers are standing guard at the Law Enforcement Memorial at the Minnesota Capitol, honoring officers who died in the line of duty. Officers started standing guard about 4 hours ago and will continue until 7 tomorrow night, when a memorial service will take place for fallen officers in Minnesota. Well, the EPA is rolling back some federal limits on PFAS in drinking water. Limits on the 2 most common types will remain, but the EPA is giving local utilities 2 more years to get those levels down. Limits on several other types will be scrapped or reconsidered. At high levels, PFAS are linked to cancer and cardiovascular disease.
I'm Julia Daniels. In the last 3 hours, the Vikings schedule dropped, and they are squarely in the spotlight. Their schedule features 7 nationally televised games, including 5 primetime games. The season opener in Chicago on Monday Night Football, home opener against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football, and they host the Lions for a big Christmas Day matchup. As for the late season outdoor elements, the Vikings travel to Lambeau in Week 12, followed by Seattle the next week and MetLife Stadium on December 21st. They end the season with a home game against the Packers.
Coming up at 10, the Frost heading to the Walter Cup Championships. The Wolves hoping to advance in the playoffs. Updates from both in sports. Plus, duck, duck, duck. The vacated eagle nest, vacant no more.
This could be anybody, but is it a real body behind it?
You might be talking to a bot and not knowing it.
Just how many are out there, and what an expert found when they analyzed our posts. Next.